Happy Saturday, guys. Yep, we're still around. We're still out there. We study the dinar from a much different angle now. We study the dinar based on what Iraq does, not what they tell you. Okay, what does that mean? Well, let's look at this. What they do, their actions, not what they tell you. Let's look at this real quick. Here's some recent news. Okay, according to Iraq's federal Supreme Court, they cannot a caretaker temporary government, a virtual government. Okay? Let's look at this article. In the documents, the information publishes the full text of the judiciary's decision regarding the powers of the Kademi government. Federal Supreme Court determined on Sunday. This article was from May 15th of this year. The Federal Supreme Court determined on Sunday by a decision the tasks and powers of a caretaker government headed by Kademi based on an inquiry directed by the President of the Republic of the Judiciary. According to the documents issued by the court, the decision includes canceling the food and security law by the Council of Ministers, the House of Representatives, after a lawsuit filed by Representative Bassem Kashan, given the government is considered by virtue, meaning they're caretaker, they're temporary, of the resignation has no law in sending laws, but rather daily affairs of the day only. So according to the federal court, they can only handle daily affairs. They cannot pass laws, they cannot present laws. A caretaker temporary government, which is the current status, cannot pass or present laws. They can only handle daily affairs. Well, what have they been doing? Well, right here, back on May 26th, they approved a law. The law that they approved was the banning normalization law, establishing relations with the Zionist entity. They passed this law back just last month, at the end of last month, on May 26th. Okay? They've already done on the right here on the food and security law. They've already done the second reading. So that's two laws they've passed and presented. But according to Iraq's federal court, a caretaker, temporary, virtual government cannot send laws, pass laws, or present laws. So did you guys actually know that the Iraq's government's actually done and formed? Did you actually know that? Yes, they actually have a completed, formed government. Did you know that?
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Yep, Iraq has a completed, formed government. That is the only way that they would be able to legally pass and present new laws according to their own constitution. Their government's done. But yet they haven't told you that. Do you guys see why you have to study this from their actions, not based on what they tell you? The food and security law cannot be legislated even if it is submitted by Parliament. The food and security law cannot be legislated even if it is submitted by the Parliament's Finance Committee. The federal court prevented the disbursement of funds of the current government because it is a caretaker government and cannot manipulate the country's financial capabilities. Whoever wants to pass the food and security law despite the cancellation of the copy submitted by the government of the federal court is challenging the Iraqi judiciary's decision and transgressing the law. This is absolutely not possible according to the federal court by a caretaker temporary government. Now, I know some other dinar groups out there have recently told you guys that it's going to take at this point in the game, it's going to take a minimum of 2 more years before we'll see the currency revaluation, and another dinar group said it may take a minimum of 4 years, along with Iraq's finance minister recently stated we may not see the revaluation for a duration of 4 years. Hey, you guys got to believe what's best for you. I just proved to you factually right here that Iraq's government's actually formed and completed, and yet they haven't told you it is. But again, only a formed, completed government that's not deemed as a temporary caretaker government can pass, present, and approve laws, which is exactly what they've done right here. So if you guys would like to know the truth about the Iraq Dinar investment, you're welcome to join us on Patreon. Yes, we do charge, but we also study this on a factual level. And again, if you want to know the truth, we've identified the truth. We know we've identified all the delays. We've got them covered out there in our video library. We've covered all the delays. We know what the delays are in this. We know how much longer the delays are going to take. So we know where everything stands. And again, Iraq does have a completed, formed government that they haven't told you about. Okay? That's the only way they could pass and present new laws. So if you guys would like to know the truth about the Iraq Dinar investment, please consider joining us on Patreon. We study this at a factual level, but we study more from their actions of what they do, not what they tell you. Because as you see, they very clearly do not reveal the truth to you, and we just identified that and showed it to you. So we study their actions at a very deep level. You guys, I'll put a link below the video. I'll put a Patreon link down there if you'd like to join us on Patreon. You're more than welcome to, and we'll definitely, you guys are always welcome to call me, email me, and I will gladly kind of personally coach you through the Iraq Dinar investment. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining. Take care and have an amazing, wonderful weekend.